Hi, welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. We're going to be having a look at the ADI lockable bolt 5004. This is the lock right here. This is just a brand new one out of the pack, and I'll show you how it all goes together. There's two ways to install this lock. The first one is to use the normal bolts which come with it. You drill 4 holes here and here, then you bolt from the back. You screw this plate onto the 4 holes. You screw the plate basically on like that. You get your nuts, they screw on like this, and you would have 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you simply put the lock over the top, turn the bolt, and the lock locks onto the plate. The other way of installing this is by basically using these 2 holes here, where it's screwed through here, through the door, and onto the concealed plate. The concealed plate is this one right here. This is the wrong color, but it's just an example. So there's your concealed plate right there. And that would be using the 2 screws here and here. That would go through, just like that. That is your door. And you screw straight through there, and the 2 screws hold the lock onto the door. So as far as where you can mount it, the lock body right here is this template. The lock is 45mm wide. The screw holes is basically 10mm in and 10mm from the side. From the top you're looking about 35mm down, and from the bottom of the lock you're looking about 35mm down again. The size of this lock right here is 155mm, and it should be 45 by 45. Okay, so these bolts right here go in. They basically go in there if you're using the 4. If not, you'd be doing the bolt through, which is on the plate right here. So you could essentially mount it with just 2 bolts, or you could use all 4. To install this lock, the bolts come from the back. You screw it on, place the lock over the plate, move the bolt around. The lock adapts itself to the plate. Once it's all put on the door, there's 2 little grub screws here. They go straight in and also screw onto the plate as well. They come right here. There's your 2 little screws. There's your cap. There's your Allen key. Now, to remove the bolt on this lock, there's a bit of a trick to it. You've got to put the key in, turn it, lift it up to about there. Sorry, lift it up as high as you can, turn it, and continue pulling. It has a retaining pin right here, which can be removed if you wish. That stops the bolt from going all the way out. So I'll just quickly show you that again. So in the locked position, the bolt is locked in. Most people would just simply lift the bolt up, take the key out for the day, and the bolt would remain up. If you wanted to, you could actually have it without that roll pin right there, and the bolt would come all the way up, or you could even introduce a second notch for the pole to lock into. Might be a little bit tricky finding the notch, considering it wouldn't have a bump stop. Okay, so with the actual bolt, let's put some sizes on the bolt for you. 0 the vernier calipers. This bolt is 12.58mm in length. The bolt is 205mm. You can buy a longer version of this bolt, which is out to here, sometimes even longer, and then you can always cut it as well. So if you're looking to mount this lock further down, and it's one that's on a high door, you can actually buy a bolt which is longer and just cut it to what you need. The actual travel on the bolt as well, we'll just measure that. Nope, have to put in the unlocked position to get the bolt in. There we go, put it in, give it a twist. Okay, so that from the unlocked position, we are projecting from the lock body about 5mm. From the locked position, we are projecting about 50mm. So there's about 45mm difference from there to there. If you were to extend it, you can do that and just cut what you need, but you would need to buy the additional bolt. you buy the lock as it is. This is what's included: your template, your 4 bolts, the concealed fixing plate. This is what's included: 2 screws and your plate. These have the screw thread in it, and that screws on the back of the door. That's basically all there is to this lock. For further information, please email or call us. The instructions are included there as well. It's made by ADI, which make a lot of these type of products, which are extremely good. It's on our lock shop, drlock.com.au, and thanks for watching.